Welcome, everybody. This is a group of mastermind, master heart people. You can join masterminds all over the world. There's a lot of great masterminds, and minds are very powerful. Um, the challenge for this group is that a mind is not enough. The world with great minds is turning into the world we have, and that's fine. But a world full of full and healthy hearts will make it a much better place to be. So the idea here is if you were to look at your life and step in fully with your heart, what would you create? There's kind of a interesting test they did many years ago where they took brain cells and heart cells and put them in petri dishes and then raised them. And then as they grew, they tested how much magnetic and electrical field they threw off. And the brain cells are very powerful. They're very able to create a lot of amazing stuff. The only difference was the heart cells were 5,000 times stronger. And so that's the goal of this circle is we can all put our minds together and create some amazing stuff. But if we put our hearts together, what's possible? And so my name is Rob. I'm going to model this for you guys, and you can go around and share as you feel comfortable. But the intention here is there's millions and millions of people suffering in the world, and that's okay. That's their choice or not. But if they choose something different, that's the intention of this presentation, is to share with you, what if you chose differently? What would your life look like? And what could you do now? So my first question to the circle is, what was your biggest takeaway? What did you learn most this year? And for me, it was the practice of pretending I'm not going to be alive next year. So I have to have everything done now. And so I spent the entire year doing that. I tried it last year, but I didn't quite get there. But it really kicked in this year. It was like, if I'm actually not here next year and I had to leave everything behind as a legacy, what would I leave to the world if they can't ask me questions anymore? It's just what I've left behind. And so I spent the entire year trying to produce everything I could to benefit as many people as possible, as much as possible. And it's been my most productive year. It's been the most learning year. It's been the most happy year, and ultimately all the different things I've been through. And I saw a lot of stuff. I saw depression and bankruptcies and divorces and suicides and you name it, all the darkness. I have more gratitude and happiness and hope for next year than I've ever had in my life. So that's my biggest learning. Who else would like to share something that you learned this year?
Well, this year um, has been a profound year for me it's in many simple yet expansive ways. I've been hiding out on the island of Kauai for 6 years, healing deeply. And what I found is that my passion as a deep tissue body worker and hypnotherapist has reemerged. I want to work. There's been a long standing desire in my heart to work with men, to um, to reconnect men to their wildness, to integrate the mind, the spirit, the heart, and the gut, so that men can move forward into the world and to be of service to themselves, their families, and the planet in ways that are enlivening. Um, it just feels like if 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 I as a woman am 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 in the world without the support of grounded feeling, sense capable sensing men, I feel like I'm cast adrift. And so this year I've reconnected with a purpose that I discovered as a child, as a tomboy who wanted to run with the boys when I was out of the house. But when I was in the house, I had to be a girl. So that's been something that I've recaptured this year. And with that, I put the talking stick in the center of the circle.
Who else would like to share some wisdom you gleaned from this year?
I'll go. The things that I'm finding is, like Ken, I moved away from people that I knew twice now through a long marriage into a divorce, and I ran away to hide and to heal. And in that time, then I was discovering more narcissists in my world, mostly the men I was attracting. And this summer, I decided to detract, level up, and moved to Idaho. But I'm in Salmon. Um, and everyone is just blown away. They're like, where did you pick there? What do you know, it's like, no, it's about peace and harmony and tranquility and being me and healing even deeper and deeper. And with this collaboration of more people, that the circle we're in now, it leaves such a safe space for us. And I can see so many prospective clients finding that safe space to share and be more of who they are and what they require, and find their purpose and find their joy in life. Because so my vision is to help people find joy, find peace, find wealth and health in every aspect of their life.
Nice. I'll go next. This was a really interesting year for me. This is going into my third year in real estate. And I was learning all the scripts and learning all the things and learning all the techniques and all the stuff. And then at some point, I realized that I wasn't bringing me. There's a hell of a lot of salespeople and real estate agents. There's only one me. And and so I I remembered who I was. I brought that into the mix, and I've attracted the right people, my tribe. Not everybody's in my tribe, man. I can't help it. I like to. That's the idea, to be able to help everybody. But the reality is, a lot of people aren't ready for it. They're not ready for all this, and that's okay, because if we've been doing the work for I don't know how long, or I don't know how many lifetimes. We've been doing the work. That's why we're here today. So there's a lot of people that they can't see it, they can't feel it, they can't grasp it. There's not reality to them. So anyway, I really discovered that I have to bring me to the equation all the time, and be real and be genuine. And I'm sorry if it's too bright. I'm sorry if it's too open. I'm sorry if it's too honest. That's okay. I'm moving on to the next person. And I will eventually, I've found so many good people who, either clients or just people in general, or just talking to people at the grocery store or wherever it is, that are just that I've enriched their lives, they've enriched my lives, and it's just beautiful, man. And this is beautiful. And my children get to see that, and my wife gets to see that. And it's just this sense of everything's going to be all right. So that's where I'm at.
Woo!
You.
Oh.
Yeehaw!
Well, I hate to do this, everybody, but someone's going to have to follow that.
Just bring you, man. That's it.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you, Ken.
Of course.
This is the chance to see who gets to go last. Who wins?
I used to be in that position. Then I remember who I was. Sometimes you got to be first, or you got to take the hits. You got to be out in front. It's the idea that you have to take the risk, man. Because like someone said, I'm not sure who it was, but hiding out, man. We've been hiding out for too long, and the world needs us. That's it.
Absolutely. Well, one of my favorite techniques is not a high school technique, and it's not a grade school technique. It's not even kindergarten. It's actually a preschool technique. If someone hasn't shared, we will have to call on them.
Okay, I can share my what I learned this year. I learned before I always work in the other people. I work in the school, so I didn't have much time spend time with my children, my kids. So I feel is always they control my time. So this year, after pandemic, I teach online. So I feel much I have more time with my children now. So I'm really happy for that because I can control my time. I can schedule my time. I don't need to always do what do they tell me to work? When do I so I learn that's all, but the only challenging part is you have to looking for the client for yourself. So that's the challenging part. Also, I learned I self, you have to take care of yourself, then you can take care of other people. So if you don't take care of yourself, you don't love yourself, you can't to take care of and love other people because you have to stay healthy first. So that's before I always working on, for other people is I didn't take care of myself. I feel very depressed all the time when I work a long day, tired. But now I starting to take care of myself and make me feel happy first. Then I can will be happy for to other people. So that's what I learned.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Well, thank you, everyone. There's about 6 or 7 more of us that were not able to make it today. We will all share with you soon as we have time. But one of the things that's really interesting about this particular group of folks is we've all been through a lot of journeys, a lot of struggles, a lot of hardships. And apparently we're a group of superheroes who've learned that our superhero power is the ability to find out every way that something can't work. And so we're almost done. Yay. No, but seriously, it's interesting because the people who've been through the hardest times and the most difficult things often have the greatest wisdom and ability to share it and help you when you're in that situation. And so the intention of today was to do a pitch fest where we can all tell you how amazing we are. We used to be here and now we're here, and you too can buy it and you too can have it and blah, blah, or hold it. No, I'm sorry. That's the other 99% of webinars that are out there. If you want to sit and waste your time on that kind of nonsense, please do. There's hours and hours and hours of it. What we're all about is how can we give you the value that you and your loved ones need immediately, and then do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again. And we're not going to have 6 hours of on and on and on and all blah, 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 blah. We're going to try and condense this down into, can we do a half hour of our best stuff? And you can take this and watch it again as you need and share it with others. And if you get some value out of it, maybe realize that you're one of us too, and you could hop on here and do the same thing. And so the more of you that join and share your nuggets of wisdom, this is from many lifetimes ago when I was on special teams and stuff. One of the things I noticed was sometimes a nugget of 1 or 2 minutes can save you thousands of hours of pain and misery and nonsense that you don't need to go through. Or maybe you do need to go through it, but what if you didn't? Have you even asked the option, is it possible to not have to go through all that? What would that look like? So I'm going to model this today for you guys, and everyone's going to go around in the circle and they're going to share their nuggets of wisdom. And when we have more time, we'll share more nuggets and there's more wisdom to bring. But right now, it looks to me like the world is doing really well. Things are getting a lot simpler, a lot easier. There's a lot more peace breaking out everywhere. Economies are going great. Oops, hold it. No, I'm sorry. That was my Rob's fantasy. It looks to me like there's so much, for lack of a better word, let's call it hell on earth in so many different places and things happening that are so difficult. My intention is, how many children can I bring relief to so that they can bring it to their children someday as well? And so since we were all children at one point, I asked the inner child in you to bring your wisdom today so that we can all have it. I'll model it for you. This is kind of our system, everything we have. We call it the success system just because we needed something really like flashy and cool and sounded good that we could brand on everything and, you know, get a lot of videos up and stuff. Okay, I'm joking, but the seriousness is the success system is about making a system that you can use over and over and over again without having to think about it, with just kind of coming from your nature, who you are, allowing yourself to be successful and everyone you love around you until that spreads out so everyone can have it. And so the idea is, what is your priority? What do you care about most? What do you love? And then what is your purpose? Why are you here? Why were you created to begin with? And then what's your vision of how you're going to bring it? And what will it look like when it happens? And so I'll model it for you. Um, and again, if you want to see the keynote speeches and the YPO lectures and the talks in Vegas and the Stanford, Harvard, Berkeley, blah, blah, ABCDFG government places, all that stuff, feel free to go Google and search out there and see what we've all been up to. But in the 2 or 3 minute version, it looks like this. My core values are integrity, wholeness, wisdom, love and peace, and wilderness. And so especially when you're out in the wild with the other plants and animals, the wisdom they teach you is so powerful and fast. You only need 10 minutes of that instead of 3 months of, you know, the hospital, the clinic, the whatever it is. And so for me, it's about wild medicine, wild healing, wilderness health. And my purpose is to help leaders awaken to their full potential and become whole. So health, wellness, uh, holy days, healing, anything that has that root word in it somewhere, that's kind of what I'm all about. And my vision is that each one of us get to have this in our own flavor, in our own way. So we get to wake up and become more of who we are each moment. And that we're not successful in millions of dollars and lots of subscribers and keynote speeches and big houses and cool vehicles and all that stuff. Those are all exterior things that can show up and they're fine. But that we get to wake up in the morning and smile in the mirror of who we've become. And so as we become more and more of who we are, and you get to step into more and more of that, that you measure yourself, not against this potential of, oh, what if I, you know, achieve it all, but just measure yourself. Am I a little better than I was a minute ago? And how about now? And how about now? And how about now? And gradual, small, easy steps, improving your life and the lives of those around you each moment, as you get more present, as you get more centered, as you get more focus. And I'm going to steal some thunder from my favorite teacher. She was known as the Oracle at Delphi. Know yourself is what's carved the inscription above Delphi. Know thyself. That's a very famous thing in the healer world. But in the moonlight, there's actually hidden things that appear. And so I want to share with you the full inscription at Delphi, which is know thyself, heal thyself, be thyself. And so to me, that's the game I'm hoping happens for us in the next days and weeks. And my vision for 2024 is as many of us as possible get to become ourselves. Thank you. Who else has some values, purpose, and vision they would like to share?
Wow. You know what? I can I just borrow that? Can I just adopt?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's here. It's yours.
That's fantastic. I'll ditto that. That's beautiful, man. That's wow. I feel good. I feel good just listening to it.
That's the whole point. Tip your waiters,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Wow. I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I don't know.
Let,
I'm in
let
the
me offer
zone.
a
And I'm
possibility
there.
that you have
I'm
even
there.
more. You might even have even more than I do. What are your core values, Ken? I know you got some deep stuff too.
You know, for me, it's the connectedness of us all. We're all connected, man. We're all playing this game. We're all very levels of the game. You know, maybe different playing fields, but we're connected, man. And we all go through the same struggles and the same things, and it's that sense of being connected, man. That sense of gratitude that we get to play the game. The and like you, to me, and I'm so fortunate that I have young children now that I get to relive it. Oh God, they're the best teachers. Oh man, I get taught every day. I get schooled every day, and it's just fantastic. So for me, the only what I would add to that is that sense of sanctuary, and sanctuary for ourselves, because a lot of us didn't grow up with that. We didn't get it wasn't a safe space in our house. It was always a battle or something or angst or whatever was in that house. So to be able to provide that, and I just had the thought, if others can't provide that for themselves or get that sense of self, then at least being in my presence, I could provide that for them. Because I got plenty. We could just create. I could just keep creating more and more and more and more. So I just envelop. Let's just envelop people. Okay, you don't have your sanctuary. I'll be your sanctuary for now. And now you get to do it. You get to model. I'll model it for you. You get to take it, spread it, recreate it, make it bigger, make it better, make it personal. That's what I'd like to be. That's sanctuary. Connected sanctuary. Everybody gets to play, everybody gets to win and have fun.
Aho, beautiful. Wow, you inspire me, brother. That was amazing.
You know what's so beautiful is that when you have like-hearted individuals together and it's connected, oh my God, I mean, just listening to you all has I'm already expanded. I'm like, I'm not really sitting in the seat in my car. I'm out. I'm spread across the universe. I mean, I'm like, this is fantastic. So if we all could do this and keep it growing and keep it growing and keep it growing, like that idea that Bob Marley had, that love is like a virus. You know what I'm saying? Love is a virus. We could just keep spreading it and spreading it and spreading it, and people connected, and maybe this would be a better place, man. So, thank you all.
Thank you. Wow.
I love that, Ken, and that's why I love the space that we're in, working with these people and bringing that vision to more and more, and like you said, giving them that space. My values that I've come to me every time is family, love, and joy and happiness. And as I've known my purpose is to help people, and I wasn't sure. You go places and then you hide and then you come back to your power, and that keeps coming out, that there is a wisdom to share with them. And the thing that I'm passionate about is helping people be private and protected. And I'm not a fan of the government, so if I can show people how to legally not pay taxes and not do so many things that make them feel repressed and like one of the millions of ants running around with no purpose. So if I can squash that, I do. So with that is helping people find peace, find privacy, find passion, and do what they love each day.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Becky.
Thanks, Becky.
About that Hawaiian character, her core values.
Okay, the Hawaiian character. Well, let's see, core values. Birth, being present in the now, death, beyond, love, family, connectedness, and this word, this concept, sanctuary, that really resonates with my heart, with my gut, with my brain. That is the space that I endeavor to create with people, is that place of sanctuary within and without. Because in sanctuary, we're present with who we are, and we live our dreams. And so often the child in us has lost the dream. And so reconnecting myself and everyone I'm face to face with the dream of childhood, that's my heart resonates with that. So thank you, Ken, for rekindling, allowing me to remember, because it's all within us. It's a matter of remembering, and whether that's putting our arms and legs and head back where they belong, or putting our heart, allowing our heart to expand into what's next, into the now. Values, okay. I'm my purpose, being myself, and allowing that to impact people in a way that expands them and reconnects who they are to their lives and their purpose. I adore being with people. I just adore bringing, and I love being with animals. And so part of this next year is bringing balance with the worlds that I live in, and allowing and sharing that with others. And I'm feeling very expansive right now, and totally in and out of my head.
Mm.
And loves the message. Loves love is what changes us, changes the world, changes the galaxy. Is the love and the connectedness.
Mm.
And I add to that the sanctuary, being sanctuary within oneself, extending that sanctuary to others, and living in sanctuary. And Ken, I just affirm your commitment to create sanctuary and bring people, your clients, into homes and land and spaces where they can experience sanctuary, because within sanctuary, we as humans are healed. And it's, yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, this is wonderful. You guys are doing some amazing teaching and sharing and healing right here. As sort of a host and MC, I feel obligated to say that there's a couple people on this call who are very humble and self-effacing and quiet. And I know there's a hesitancy to sometimes share what's true, but there's a power and a healing in both of you that I see that I would love to have you share now in whatever form you'd be willing to share with us. Because some of the healings I've received and seen, been witness to of others have just been some of the most profound of my life. And so both Davey and Joy, if you would share a little bit of your values and purpose and vision, it would be great to hear it.
Let's see. Values, purpose, and vision. They're all intertwined, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Being in the right place at the right time for the right reason, and knowing that that is exactly where I need to be. And I value adaptiveness, agility, responsiveness, because I think there's a time and place for things, and those that are taking care of everyone else and you're trying to take care of yourself, sometimes you need someone that is running at the same speed as you, that can give you polite boot in the ass, right? To come along and be like, let's have these difficult conversations, right? If you're not where you want to be, like, everything else can look great, but let's talk about what it really is and get to the root of it. And sometimes it's making you sit with yourself, which is so uncomfortable, but it's necessary and it's needed. And so, I kind of think of it like, I don't want to move from just moment to moment. I want to move from moment to momentum into mastery and complete again. And so I think that, for me, really, the purpose is, like Ken said it, like Dulcie said it, we've said this, and I'm going to say it in a different way, like providing and facilitating the space for people to come and be able to do some of the difficult things, because from within going outwards, your world revolves around you. And how that, notice I didn't say the world, your world revolves around you, and your business and your relationships, and even how you're networking is a direct reflection of how that's working out for you. And how can we stop people from, starting really piss poor coping mechanisms, is to catch them before they wobble too far off. And I think that that's important, and it's not talked about enough, because you get all that, we have to have difficult discussions, because in light there is darkness as well. And so if we can capture people so they don't go too far into the dark, man, can we change lives?
Yes.
Like success, give me someone that they've been successful in something, but they're struggling. And it's like, we can move you along if we have the right partnerships, if we're adaptive and responsive and agile, we can place you in the right hands, because success, it's a habit. Even though you don't realize it, if you've nailed it once, you will nail it again. We just have to help you get off the wobble a little bit and take ownership of that, and teach people, like, if as an owner, if I'm kind of lost, then these are the things that I can look at to see how my world is working for me. And if something's off, we can just tweak. It's just a little tiny tweak, and partnering alongside like that creates, it's like jet fuel. It's unbelievable. And I don't even have to be in front of a computer. Like, I'm so grateful in all the things, like, I don't even remember, Rob. So July, August, September, October, November, December. So I'm like 19 months out of being septic and almost dying. So for me, it's impact, because, man, can't get that time back. Can't get that time back. And I don't want to waste a moment. I don't. Not interested in it. We can help. If we work in an integrated way, we can meet a lot of needs at once. So let's see, my purpose. Oh man, it's just going to keep refining this process over and over again. It's been a wild year for sure, but I'm so grateful, like, to be on the other side of life and to kind of blow my nose at the Grim Reaper and be like, psych, just kidding. And to keep encouraging people, like, you can do this, you can have your best year, but let's help yourself be where you want to be. Because I think we need guides on the side too.
Yes.
There's just a clarion call for it. I hear a lot of people coaching, consulting, running different things, but who's helping the practitioner practice well?
Absolutely.
It's an interesting space to be in amongst many. So that's what my next year is going to be like. How can I facilitate awesome and assist others in stop selling breakthrough at a discount and just, continue adapting, what a mixed modality, kind of what we're doing now, but focusing in person and online as well. So
Totally.
mhm. So that's what I have to share, guys.
Well, thank you, Davia. You're one of my favorite people, and it's so amazing when I listen to you because I'm taken back to the very first song I sang over a dead body when I was in the military and sent them off into their next life. And it reminds me of why I do what I do, because that matters. I realized at that point that matters. Maybe it doesn't matter to everybody around me, but it matters to that one laying there and to me. And that's enough. And there's something about what you're bringing here. It was really the team that we're creating and the vision that we're sharing with all of you who are listening is what I call multi-medicine. And so it's, what medicine do you need? Do you need a hug? Do you need a tincture? Do you need a cup of hot tea? Do you need a back rub? Do you need an acupuncture needle? Do you need to wake the fuck up? Oops, sorry, I'm not supposed to. How light or how dark do we need to get for you to take your next steps? And so that's what I really appreciate about all of you, is that we can go there wherever we need to go next. And so that freedom, that space it creates to allow you to take your next step creates the next step. And so again and again and again and again. So thank you all so much. Again, I hate to do this because sometimes some of us do save our desserts for last, but one of the sweetest and most tasty offerings and hearings of wisdom you will get will be from our joy here in the season of joy. Everybody keeps singing about joy around me all day long, and I think they want to get a hold of me.
Guys, I'll be right back, Joy. I'm listening. I just have to go take a photo of a piece of paper, but I'm here, guys. I'm
Don't
here.
worry about it. Feel
Here.
free to, do whatever you need to do. Okay. So, my, what's the first one?
Your values, your priorities, what's most important to you?
Okay, my value is, help family and friends. My purpose is, teach people Chinese if they are interested to learn Chinese. Also to show to people how to my way to how to stay healthy. Do some exercise, eat healthy food. My vision is have a good year, good life every year, and spend time with someone I care, someone I love. Be happy every day.
Nice.
Well, thank you. As promised, we like to ramble on for hours about whatever we're interested in that waste your time. Oops, I'm sorry. Never mind that. I won't point any fingers at certain people that seem to need to endlessly do that on the social medias, but we're here to bring you value. But as my old Tibetan teacher used to say, yeah, bring us some wisdom and do it quickly. So it's it's important in all the situations we have in life to have humor and be silly and be fun and goofy as much as possible. And that's sort of one of the goals of this group. And at the same time, that's hard to do at a car wreck. And so my inspiration, my dream for all of you is that you can find the humor even in a car wreck, even in a bankruptcy, even in a divorce, whatever, because humor and gratitude and appreciation are the highest vibrations. They are the most valuable currencies. They are what you're creating. I'm thinking back to when I was a little kid, one of my health teachers, one of my first health teachers, I don't know why I remember this to this day, but he said, you're going to go through life and you're going to make money and you're going to meet people and you're going to finish schools and you're going to get awards and certificates and trophies and all these things. But there will come a day when you're laying on your deathbed and you will be looking around you and none of that shit will matter. All that stuff is just going to be meaningless. Here's what's going to matter is looking in the eyes of those you love and all the memories you created together. That's all that matters. And so I want to appreciate everybody who watched this today because we are this for each other. This team, the circle that you're witnessing here, we are this for one another and we love each other and we appreciate each other and we love staring in each other's eyes, hoping, with our fingers crossed, this isn't our last day. But if it is, going out peacefully and knowing that we did our best. And so my intention for all of you and all your loved ones is that you will all do this too. You'll all start looking in the mirror, getting real with yourselves, paying attention to what really matters, and then living it even better, even better, even better. You know what? You made a mistake, you screwed up, you accidentally said the wrong thing, you didn't bring this, you didn't finish that thing, you didn't do that. Okay, that's fine. There's an art here we'll leave you with called forgiveness. And yep, no matter how much you screwed up today, you can still forgive yourself. And so, unfortunately, I try and be neutral and open to all world healings and all world practices, but there's a part of me that can't help be a little biased for traditional Hawaiian medicine. And so, in Native Huna, there's a saying that's brought to all the ancestors. This is to all your ancestors, because not only are you looking at issues of you, but you're looking at everything that's ever been created that's been passed on to you. So it's not just about forgiving yourself, it's about forgiving everyone that ever came along that taught it to you as well. And so there's a little thing called Ho'oponopono that I'll share with all of you and leave you with, which is no matter what you did, no matter how much you screwed up, no matter how much you missed the mark or whatever, because you're always going to be higher, lower, left, or right. That's just normal. But to come back to center again, it's I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. And so if you use this practice, it's amazing what happens because, I only say it 100 times a day because I'm constantly screwing stuff up. I'm constantly messing things up. And I am sorry. And I would like to be forgiven. And I do love you. And I appreciate you. So thank you for coming today. We will have many more of these. There will be many more offerings that we'll share with all of you. But there's an intention here of if this holiday season was your best ever, who would you be right now in order for that to happen? So thank you, all of you. And in the words of my teachers and mentors growing up, Pilamaya Welo, that's thank you. And Ahomi Takuyase to all our relations, that this love and peace and compassion and healing go to all of our relations to all beings.
Beautiful.